Good afternoon. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another episode of Autistic Man Tries to Make Sense of the Universe, the world, the omniverse, etc. So just an impromptu one today, nothing planned. I may refer to the list later, see if there's anything on there. I kind of just wanted to jump on for a chat and just sort of reflect on what I got up to today, which, it wasn't that much, but I did get a little recording, like a training recording session done for the next Killian episode, so that's good. I'm trying to think how much I want to get into that, because that could just be a whole tangent, but essentially I'm thinking I might try to do them a bit more often if I can. It's really just down to, like when I can get them done, because they're obviously a little bit more involved than audio logs and nature shorts, depending on what you're doing. There was something I wanted to briefly mention on that topic. Oh yeah, I may need to go back and record a few more things here and there, just because I'm not 100% sure if I got that good footage, and then I may want to redo or add in some scenes here and there, but I feel like I got most of it done. Maybe, I don't know, 70 to 80% of it done in terms of recording, so that's kind of good. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this might end up sounding a lot like the last episode, because I probably should have listened to it just to kind of see what I've said, but pretty much with the Killian episodes, sorry, I just lost my train of thought, guys, bear with me. Yeah, I just did some, like, my wrist rehab, and then I just decided I'll go for a second walk of the day. Yes, so the training, it was a skill day, but I didn't get to doing the handstands because I was at a different park. I think I probably could have still done them there, but I was a bit lazy. And I didn't prepare too well. Yeah, so I did that, and then I found out, which I don't know if I mentioned this, but I found out that I can't actually do a muscle up, so that's pretty lame. Like, technically I can't, because the parks where I normally do them at, my feet will touch the ground, so it makes it significantly easier. I don't know if it really makes it easier in terms of the weight you're pulling, but I think it's just the movement. There might be a little extra cheat thing that I do, or there might be just that position. It might advance you a bit further along in the movement, so you end up not only skipping part of the movement, but then missing, it's hard to explain, but missing some of that initial early continuation, I guess, of it. So I'm trying to go to this other park, or some of the other parks, whenever I can, when I need to do muscle ups or other things where I want space to set up the rings. Yeah, I don't think there's enough space at that park either to set up the rings, so I'll keep looking. But it's like, you can set up the rings, but I feel like you might be a little bit limited with what you can do. So I don't know, maybe I'll need to find a really good park that's probably far away, or go to a dedicated gymnastics class, that offers adult adult classes, open, I don't know what the fuck you call it, open workout or something. So yeah, that's that. Oh yeah, I better mention this before I forget. I definitely fucked off and didn't do the right thing, let's just say that, but I essentially blew off the channel for probably, I want to say, close to 3 weeks, and if I'm being completely honest, a significant, it's hard to say, but I'd say a significant part of it was related to weed and abuse of weed, or abuse of the medicine. So I've kind of reflected on that. I've had plenty of time to reflect on it, and yeah, we're trying to minimize that. More so the fucking off than the smoking, but I think they do kind of go hand in hand depending on my mindset and what I'm going through. And I think the past few weeks I was going through a fair bit, and so I did find it very helpful and convenient to use the cannabis. And so yeah, there was definitely a period over the last 3 weeks where, I mean, it could even be 4 weeks, not sure, but I think it's closer to 3. And it sort of was on and off. Like, I did have some uploads in there somewhere, I think once or twice. But yeah, it was just, I definitely needed 1 to 3 days off, just off from everything, to be honest. But it ended up being, I don't want to get into it too much, but because I don't want to give out too much like personal info, but it ended up, like, there was an occasion, and then it ended up being a bit more than a couple days. And so it was good that I got to, just kind of think about things here and there and reflect on things. But for the most part, it did look and feel like fucking off, which is bad because, whether the channel is a success or not, I'm still, by my actions, I'm just robbing my future essentially. So I can't be doing that if I actually want to have a future. So yeah, it's just tough because sometimes you just feel like, even though it's not true, it feels like, and it points to, like, you feel like you've done everything that you can on it any given day, and then you're like, oh well, fuck, like, I got a bit whatever bottlenecked with this thing that I'm working on and that thing, and still nothing's going forward, whatever, like, job wise, and I might need to go and record on this day and whatever, like, might have appointments another day, but it's still like, I think I mentioned before, but it's just hard because I enjoy it, and it feels good. So when you don't have necessarily a lot of that around you, you just kind of like, oh well, whatever it may be, like, oh, I'll just put on a podcast and have a smoke, think about a few things, and meanwhile you've got shit to do. I think I'm so close to recovering what I was going to say. Oh yeah, like, job wise, it seemed like nothing was going through with that, and then I fucked up like a couple times with that, and so I might have to start again with like the job search. And just because I was a little bit late on contacting someone, and now it seems like I might have to call them again. So maybe I should do that today or tomorrow. But it seems, I don't know, just the way I'm saying it, it seems unlikely. It's just not something I'm keen on. Could have sworn there was a caterpillar over here. No. Instead, there's something, 2 leaves stuck together. So it's some sort of dwelling or structure that an insect or something has made. Anyway, anything else? I think I mentioned some of the content stuff before, but pretty much what's going to be happening more or less is the shorts and Killian episodes. I'm trying to aim for them to take priority. So it might be, for example, like the daily shorts, and then Killian maybe once a fortnight, for example. That's probably ideal if I'm able to, record and edit as often as I want to and no issues whatsoever. So that's probably a little bit ambitious, but that's probably the aim will be. And then the articles I've been getting a bit down on just because, I don't know, there hasn't been that much traction, and I feel like It's hard to explain, but I just don't know if I'm necessarily adding anything new to the conversation. Like, it's definitely my own take, and I'm trying to maybe collect things in one space, even if it's just for me. But yeah, just been getting a bit disheartened on those, I suppose. And yeah, it's just hard because the subject matter as well, because it seems like at least about 50% of the subject matter is going to get me down. So, and then when you have scheduled things where you have to work on this fucking thing, and then it's like, now I'm exposing myself to it, and it's just, and like, yeah, it's important to do that, but yeah, I'm just trying to think of ways that I can do it where, like, my current situation is pretty shit, so I'm trying to, maybe if I get to a better place, I can continue with that. But yeah, I do want to continue with it, but I'm thinking for now it might be monthly, and it might not be the 2 articles, it might be 1. I'll have to see, but yeah, because I think I'm a little bit behind on that now, and so I might just drop the latest one that I sort of was planning to start work on, and then from there it might just be either whenever they appear or maybe like a monthly type of deal. So yeah, probably more on that in future. The podcast, the audio logs, I'm thinking I'll probably keep doing those, even if I don't upload them, just for my own benefit. Like, for example, today, just being able to reflect, and maybe later on, at a later time, I can listen to it or something. And also, I feel like when I'm recording the audio logs, it's not by default, but maybe as like a side effect, it means I'm productive in some way. So whether it's at my most productive or not, it means that I've felt the need to get on the mic for some reason, even if it's just to say, oh, hey, like, I did this thing today, and it's like I'm working towards something. So whether it's that, or whether it's, oh, fucking, I'm gonna procrastinate and go chat shit for a bit, that's probably the worst one. But at least it means that I'm working on something else, or should be. And then there's probably a few other examples, but then there's the ones where it's like, oh yeah, I've got a list and I just want to get a few things off my chest type of thing. So yeah, I think that might be it for now. I don't want to hang out here too long, because I think it might be coming up to school hours, so I kind of want to get the fuck out of here and get home. I still have a few things I want to work on editing a podcast today, or an audio log. I want to start saying audio log, because to me it just seems more like that than your standard stereotypical podcast, but I guess it can kind of function as both. And yeah, notice at no point in that statement did I say that it was good. But yeah, I think I might have mentioned it before, but it's going to be interesting because I'm going to be learning. I think I mentioned before, but yeah, because my Killian videos are kind of targeted. I mean, if they have a target, it's kind of just, so it's essentially like goofy shit targeted at beginners, and just trying to like encourage people in general, I guess, to train. And I'm thinking super, should I mention it? Yeah, I guess I'll mention it, fuck it. So my concept for that, while it's super simple and open to change, I'm gonna start walking. I think. I hope it's not too bad. Yeah, my goal for that, if it has one, is just to, yeah, like I said, just be goofy and encourage people. Oh yeah, so the long game is, if in future, if I'm lucky enough to get my life together in future and have kids and raise those kids, I do not want those kids sharing the world with a bunch of people who don't exercise, let's just say that. And so I think I've spoken about this a lot in the past, but it's just, to put it simply, like, as long as we have these primate bodies, I think it's pretty important to look after them. So obviously it's hard to look into the future and see the future. You know, when will we lose the bodies? Will we ever lose the bodies? Will we maintain some connection to a body, etc.? Will the physical world even exist as we know it? So yeah, the kids are out. There's gonna be a bunch of fucking noise. So I missed my window. Back home now, guys. I just wanted to sign off for this one. So, as always, thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting me. And I'll see you on the next one.